Hey, what's going on, guys? Ryan here, back again with another weekly update for the island and house tour here for Animal Crossing New Horizons. It is week 4, and there have been a lot of changes since week 3. If you want to see what week 3 looked like before we get started here, there is a link to that video down below. And I feel like I say there's there's new changes every single week, but that's kind of a given. That's like the whole point. Let me greet you really quick. All right, well, without further ado, let's go ahead and get started here and look at the changes. Not much has changed up in the front here. I did add like a little trash can area to give a little bit more life to the Nook's Cranny and the Able Sisters stores. Speaking of Nook's Cranny, we finally got the upgraded Nook's Cranny store. Now, this is without time traveling, and there are a lot of people who also haven't been time traveling who don't have an upgraded Nook's Cranny. So at this point, I have no idea what upgrades it at all, but we got it. To kind of keep everything structured, we're going to go ahead and just move counterclockwise here for the island. I went ahead and closed off the riverbank for now because I plan on making a lot of changes. Otherwise, for now, not much has changed in the coffee bar section and the picnic area over here to the left. You'll see a bunch of random holes scattered about here, just kind of running up through the side of the island because I plan on attaching this mountainous nature trail area to the river down south of the island. And as you can see, I've kind of started filling it back up with trees again. I think this part I'm going to leave as kind of the nature area of the island. I figured it made sense with the nature trail over here off to the side. Otherwise, not many changes over here in the little rock section off on the side of the beach. Come around here, again, not many changes. The camping site, I don't know if this was changed from the last video, but the camping site has finally been set up. We actually have a camper here now who I have no intention of bringing to my island. Got a little lake here off to the side as well that leads down to a few more waterfalls. Again, just trying to bring more life to the island and to the nature section as well. Now, this part here is probably going to change a bit. I did not realize while I was planning that you can only have 8 inclines on your entire island. So that's going to be a bit of a problem because I have a few more inclines that I plan on putting up, and if any of them were to go first, it would probably be this one. So come around here to kind of the backside trail. This actually leads into the more structured flower breeding garden and fruit orchard section of the island. Come up here really quick. I planted these yesterday, so these should hopefully be grown by tomorrow. So really looking forward to seeing how this whole thing pans out. And then I just need to kind of fill this section up with either chairs or tables or a fountain. Not quite sure yet. I did go ahead and kind of close off the access to the secret beach to particularly be on this one little walkway here. So a couple of waterfalls surrounding it on either side. Come down here and you come to the secret beach. No decorations just yet, but that'll come soon. So really quick, actually the waterfalls are really loud. We're gonna get away from the waterfalls before I show you guys a more rough, or rather general outline of what's going on here. So the entire right side of the island I plan on making into the second tier or the second story of the map. And as I mentioned before, the left side is going to be more the nature side. So the right hand side is going to be more for little shops, coffee areas and stuff. I might put some off on like a boardwalk on the left side, considering that is where the pier is. But for now, this is just kind of a rough sketch or outline as to what I got going on. So I currently have 5 of the 8 flowers that are set to grow here. And these are done in the 5x5 crossbreeding efficiency pattern that has been circulating around on Reddit and Twitter and such. I have 3 more that need to get. I think it's cosmos, roses, and windflowers, I think is the last flower that I need. But otherwise, this part I'm really enjoying as well. Nice little seating area up in the front here leading into the flower garden and the orchard. This ramp is new as well, but we'll go over this in a moment once we head back into the resident area. It's funny, since I make these videos always on Sunday, you're always just going to see a ton of turnips just sitting out. I did remove the ramp that led up to the museum, obviously because I had to if I wanted to make this entire thing the second story. Added a completed T-Rex over here. By the way, I don't know if anybody knows this. Did you know that if you press A on the T-Rex, it actually opens and closes its mouth? I don't think I've done that on a video recently, but I thought that was pretty neat. So speaking of inclines, as I said before, there's an incline on the left-hand side, but then I also intended for an incline on the right-hand side to go up still. This has not changed since week 3. It actually hasn't changed since week 2, I believe. I can't quite remember. Either way, we'll figure that out in terms of whether or not I want a second incline in the museum section. A little Pinky here just chilling out near the waterfalls. Speaking of which, I do have a waterfall going up and down the entire right side of the island leading down into the resident services area. this part here has not been entirely fleshed out yet. Everything I was working on primarily within the last week has been on the fruit orchard, the flower garden, and then the museum section, just getting all the inclines set up and destroyed. Like I said, I think this part is going to be used primarily for the living area, you know, shops, coffee, food, things like that. We'll just see how this all pans out. One of the things that I really wanted to change with the island was the addition of waterfalls. I think waterfalls, in addition to the sound engineering of the game, just adds so much aesthetic that it's difficult to not add it anywhere that you possibly can. Waterfalls are going to be a big part of my island. I wanted it to be more naturey, whereas before it seemed kind of dead and flat. It definitely adds a different feel to the whole island. This part here with all the bamboo, I didn't really know what to do yet. As of now, it's just going to be a bamboo farm and a bamboo section. For now, it's kind of off the beaten path on the beach, and then up here on the right-hand side, not much has changed. Still a lighthouse, still a telescope. This whole thing started as a Japanese Zen-inspired kind of island. I'm gonna get this really quick. So now I want to go for more of a nature, hidden in the mountains kind of appeal. My general plan was to surround the entire resident area with waterfalls. So the houses, the resident services center, the stores, and then you go past the waterfalls, and that's where you get to all of the other parts of the island essentially. And I think I might still do that. Not much has changed on the beach here still. That's all pretty much the same. New villager Kabuki has moved in. Houses are all set to go. So I finally have all the houses set up. Plaza in front of the resident services center has stayed the same. And I've just started to add benches and tables to the front section here. It seemed a bit dead, just having patches of grass just go all the way around it. I've been filling it with flowers, different miscellaneous things, again, to give it the feel that there is so much to do on the island. Cotton candy stalls, regular stalls that I need to fill in, things of that nature. As you can see here, we have a waterfall that's kind of coming down in front of the orchard behind the rest of the houses. And like I said, I think this is going to be the general aesthetic that I'm going to be going for. A lot of waterfalls, a lot of water, just kind of like an island hidden in the mountains. And then we have the main incline here that leads up to the second story of the island. That's pretty much it for the island. We'll take a look inside the house, which I finally paid off another part of the debt and have gotten the second floor of the house now. Not many changes in the living room section. I've just added more Japanese style things to it. This wasn't here before, and then I added a futon and a nice little paper lantern off to the side. The kitchen has had some significant changes since the week 3 video. Let me turn that off. Oh no. These are still wooden chests. Turn this off. Turn that off. And yeah, so as you can see, I've added a lot more stuff to the kitchen. I was able to finally get my kitchenette and then this dresser here as well to match the theme of everything going on. Added some plants up on the wall to give it, again, just a more visually pleasing look. Just looks so much better in here. The kitchen is probably my favorite part. People have said it looks cramped, but I think in a game like this, the cramped look is actually more of a cozy kind of look. Not much has changed on the right-hand side here. This is still just a bathroom, but for the people who haven't seen the week 3 video, I'm gonna go ahead and show it off really quick. Taking a lot of inspiration, again, from posts on Reddit that I see and on Twitter too. I was able to finally get a toilet, finally have a place to go to the bathroom in the bathroom, but otherwise it for the most part was just like a sauna or a spa section of the house. Back room's still my bedroom at the moment. No changes here. That's all the same. And last but not least, we have the top floor. And to be honest with you, there's not a lot going on up here. For now, it's the center of the earth. All right, well, otherwise that'll pretty much do it. I didn't really think there was going to be that many changes from week 3 to week 4, but as I kept playing the game and as I started thinking about more of what I wanted to do, as you can see, the changes were very, very big. So I'm excited to see what happens for the week 5 changes. If you guys want to keep up with the changes and want to see and get updated when week 5 has been posted, be sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel. If you enjoyed the video, please be sure to give it a like as well. I actually did most of this work over on stream, twitch.tv/RyanFTW. You guys can go ahead and give me a follow on there. I play mostly Animal Crossing as of the timing of this video, and I don't think that's going to change anytime soon. Otherwise, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you guys so much for stopping by, hanging out, and yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Have a good day.